those of you who don't know, tonight is the night that we shoot or perform live for the Alternative Cycling Network live show. Myself, Russ, and Mike over at Locked In, and Path Less Pedaled, unrespectively, because I did that in the wrong order. Normally I'd be consuming some sort of local craft beer for these live streams, but this whole full-time job, daily vlogging, and trying to get things done around the house has begun to catch up with me. And I'm at a bit of a handicap daytime-wise because I'm very far east for two people who are very far west to do a live stream with. And because I do have a couple minutes before this does start, I need to show you something, and I need to show you something quickly, and I need to show you something excitedly. I spy with my little eye, and it's not my sweater, something purple. Here is the beginnings of the easily most requested and anticipated build that could happen on this channel. Something that you guys have really been sort of requesting and wanting to see me take on through the channel, and something that I, less vocally, have also been wanting to do. As a matter of fact, there was a couple of options for like an old school retro 26er rigid mountain bike kind of build sort of thing, something that like we would do here. But I am admittedly very picky about the aesthetics, and I really wanted something that looked a very certain way. And unfortunately, there were a few options that weren't specialized, but I didn't pull the trigger on them nearly quick enough. And I sort of fear that this makes me seem even more of a specialized fanboy than it already seems I am. If you remember, I did mention there was a Cannondale 26-inch rigid that was up by my friend Phil on one of the like buy sells locally. Today, for some reason, I felt the need to reach out and ask if that thing was still available. It wasn't, but oddly enough, timing wise, this was. And I think this is probably a much better option, a cooler option, not to mention it's purple. Notwithstanding the cool like anodized light pink and the very, very polished rims and the almost immaculate paint everywhere. Look at it. Even in here, it's like perfect. This mammoth of a bash guard. Like big enough that this actually doesn't look like 110 BCD chainring size. Though I do believe it is. I'm thinking I want to use these cranks. Oh. Okay, we're gonna have to reconvene in a bit. This is about to start. The lag is getting better now.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry about that. Where was I? I hope the live stream was enjoyable. Let's just jump back into this as if nothing even happened. I think we were talking about this ridiculous, huge triple chain ring bash guard. If we weren't, that's what we're talking about now. I'm probably not going to use this. Brakes, as you would expect for like an early 90s kind of mountain bike, is the like post style cantilever brakes. Not my favorite to work on, which I suppose makes for a very good segue into what is the actual plan? Like, what is the goal? What's the end goal? What do we want to build? I know what I want to build. Obviously, I'm going to take suggestions below. We'll see where we end up with in the end. But I think the idea here is to do like a retro dirt drop kind of bike. It's cool when you look up like old school dirt drop bikes. That's like what some people like John Tomac and others used to actually cross-country race on. It's weird to think that that was a thing. And I doubt very, very much that it's ever going to make a comeback. It's just a cool piece of history. My plan is not to keep it all retro. The idea is mostly just to have this frame set, these wheels, and you know, everything else is totally up for change. I'm not looking to like stay period correct. I'm not looking to not hurt anyone's feelings with putting something kind of more modern on. I just think it's cool to have this like old school frame and fork, very well kept wheels, and everything else fair game. So I do have these like traditional drops. They are probably going to be the first thing that go on. It's mostly just convenient that I have those here, which is super helpful for moving a project along. I'm thinking I will keep these cranks. They're old like Shimano Altus A10s. They're gonna be plenty tough as long as I can get the pedals out. Front derailleur is going to come off. I'm going to try and use one of the chain rings that I have here, matched with a old SRAM Type 2 X9 rear derailleur. So 10-speed SRAM with, if you can just look right there, that cassette that I put on for the I Put Road Tires on this Enduro bike spoof. So like fairly modern parts going on to a cool, very purple, old Specialized rock hopper. What else? Definitely brakes. I'd like to have some more modern cantilever brakes that are like a little nicer to actually tune on there. Mostly the problem with these is like it's one bolt to handle everything. So seat and seat post I will change out because it'll need to come up. Oh, and last but not least, tires. I think tires is, you know, obviously I don't really want to run these. They're very hard-sided, kind of like tough, not terribly nice feeling tires. So the idea would be to go with a set of maybe like Compass or Rene Hurst 26 by 2.3. Whatever the hell they're called. The Rat Trap Pass, these here. It has become fairly obvious that getting a hold of a decent 26-inch tire is very tough. And truly that's probably all I want is just a decent tire. My luck with very delicate, supple tires is not great. I tend to rip the sidewalls out of them faster than I really want to, and it's always very heartbreaking to destroy expensive, nice tires like that. Maybe in the comments below, let me know if you can think of any other piece of equipment tire-wise for a 26-inch build that's like, you know, not so cheap that it's like a wire bead piece of like tire meat. And maybe it's not like a very delicate silk, you know, handmade piece of equipment either. Or if you're also a person who wrecks really delicate tires often and then like figured out a way to make that stop happening, let me know how you did that too, because that might be very helpful for me in my tire purchases in the future. Russ, any tips on this kind of stuff? But yeah, this is it. This is the new like channel project that is probably only going to take 1 to 2 videos to finish, and you know, it's gonna be cool, I think. This is gonna be the thumbnail. Okay, as always, if you want to support the channel, check out the Amazon links below. They are a way to buy whatever it is you need, with support also coming to the channel. You can support the channel on a monthly basis with Patreon. You can continue to watch videos. That's wildly helpful and also entertaining, I hope. Okay.